Man, I'm sorry I was late, man. I'm watching my man Mark Lamar Hill crushing the motherfucker like usual, man. The shit was funny. Oh man, he pointed out the motherfucking circular logic, every damn thing. I mean, he crushed that motherfucker. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about awakened devil fruits. Now, I talked about this before a little bit within the live stream and on somebody else's video, I think it was. I think it was me and Nostradamus. But I want to make my own separate video so I can go ahead and talk directly to you motherfuckers, so that way y'all can understand what I'm trying to say. And for people that didn't watch this or didn't wait 3 hours into a live stream in order to see the shit and all that type of shit, you know. Anyway, Doflamingo brought up awakened devil fruit users, right? They also brought it up in Impel Down. Yeah, Impel Down. So it wasn't an ass pull and it's been foreshadowed. And when they said it back then, I was like, the fuck is that? But the way, you know, the crazy thing about the way they did it, they put it right out there. But the way they did it, it was like, well, okay. And we kept on moving like nothing even happened. It wasn't until Doflamingo brought it up that we actually took awakened devil fruit users into account. I'm pretty sure maybe a couple of people might have picked it up, but for some reason, the way they brought that up, it was just so easy to forget. They say, he'll be back up. He's an awakened devil fruit user. Wait. How did they say it? The way the situation happened, it was just weird. You know, it was like we didn't see anything extra from him. They said that zones heal faster, something like that, or they did more durable or something, and that was it. So we didn't really see the powers of an awakened devil fruit users until Doflamingo, and then he explicitly said there's a difference. Because when he said awakened in the other term, when we seen them in Impel Down, they didn't really explicitly said it. It was implied. They just said he's an awakened devil fruit user. So we don't know what that meant. We didn't know that that applied to every devil fruit user. We didn't know that awakened was like a term that meant, what am I trying to say? Meant a certain stage in a certain stage, and how do I want to say this? And your control of power of your control of the devil fruit. We didn't know that, because when she said awakened, she might have just said she just might have meant, oh, he's very good at using his powers. So it kind of went over people's heads, went over my head too. But anyway, we see that Doflamingo is able to turn things around him in the strings. We seen him turn the buildings into strings. Now, I know what you're saying. He was already able to use strings, so what difference does it make if he can turn the building into strings? Makes a big difference. Here's the reason why. When we seen him using the strings, what was the most amount of strings he was able to use before he used his awakened powers? Not much. He made a rope. He didn't use much string. The biggest amount of string we seen him use was for the bird cage. That was it. The strings he used when he was fighting and all that, and even when he fought seriously, it was a small amount of string. You know, might have made a net or something like that, and that was it. But when he went awakened, it's strings all over the fucking place. So he's able to control and use a lot more strings in that awakened stage. Not only that, if he could turn the things around him in the string, he could change the landscape. So you might jump on a building, the bitch turning the strings. So that's a big advantage in the fight when the motherfucker standing on the tree and the motherfucking tree wrap your ass up in the next 2 seconds. So it does make a difference. Now, so that's what Doflamingo can do with his awakened powers. Now, the other guy in Impel Down, he got the shit beat out of him and passed out. Now, here's the thing. They said that a zone has increased durability. Now, if they had increased durability, that has nothing to do with recovery. So if you're more durable, but you got knocked the fuck out, you got knocked the fuck out. You understand? So why are you able to get up faster? Durability means it should be harder to knock you out. Not that you should get up from being knocked out faster. It just means that it'll take more to knock you out. So how was he able to get up faster? My guess, and not my guess, I presume, my hypothesis is awakened Zoans don't only have increased durability, they have a regenerative factor. They can heal. That would make sense. I mean, because think about it. If you got a Zoan type user, their powers aren't as extreme as the other guy's powers. So if they have an awakened form, how can you give them something that's going to make them at least somewhat competitive with the other devil fruit users? Well, easy. They can regenerate. Make it harder for them to get killed. Another thing is, as we see with Chopper, he's able to use different forms. I believe that maybe, because the increased durability, I'm pretty sure that applies to all the Zoan types. But I think regenerating probably applies to awakened devil fruit users. Being able to transform to different forms and different hybrid forms is probably part of being an awakened devil fruit user. And then you'll say, well, Chopper uses rumble balls. Maybe the rumble balls awakened the awakening or whatever. Now, also in Punk Hazard, let me hurry up and get to this video so that way I can see the comments while I'm doing this. Something ain't fucking right, man. This shit looks fucking crazy on my page. God damn. So anyway, also in Punk Hazard, we see that the landscape was changed by Aka Inu and Akiji's fight, right? When they fought, they changed the landscape pretty much forever. So people are assuming that that's part of the awakening because we've never seen it before. We've seen people fight, using Logia type devil fruit power. They never did anything like that. So maybe that's more than likely that's part of the awakening shit. So what can the Logias do? Whatever element they use probably is what changes the landscape around it. The same way Doflamingo was able to change the landscape around him. Except they could do it probably permanently or whatever. Anyway, there's also an island that it was just thunder on the fucking island. I mean, all over, just raining thunder. What we find out Neru was on what's his name? Inaru, whatever, was on that island, and that's what changed it like that. That would be funny. I mean, because that could be possible that a electricity user changing, the landscape like that. But the real reason I wanted to bring this up is what would the awakening do for each devil fruit user? Now, people are wondering this about Luffy. They say if he gets that, will he be able to turn, the objects around him into rubber? I don't fucking think so. Why? Doflamingo can generate strings. Luffy doesn't generate rubber. He just is rubber. You see what I'm saying? His powers is not the same as Doflamingo's. So what I'm trying to say is, I think depending on your power, your awakening will be different. Somebody brought up what's my man Fujitora. They said, what can he do with his awakening power? I think that he already has it. Sending down asteroids and meteors and shit like that. I think that's probably his awakening power. Being able to send that shit. I think that's probably, it makes sense to me. Because you've seen him using his gravity powers normally. He makes you heavier. He can make you sink into the fucking ground. He can push you outwards. That's just him using it regularly. So when he's sending down the meteors, I'm believing that's the awakened power. That's what I believe. What you call him? What's his name? Crocodile. I believe he's awakened too. Now, the reason why I believe that is, look at what these Logias can do. They can they can generate their element, right? But Crocodile didn't just do that. He didn't just generate sand and turn into sand and whatnot. He turned what wasn't sand into sand. Remember when he touched the what's that? He was fighting Luffy on the top of the building and turned the whole fucking building into sand. So let's say he was fighting in the area, right? And he's using this power. He could turn that whole island into a fucking beach, couldn't he? If he really fought hard, he could turn that island into a beach. That would seem like the same fucking thing that Akiji and Akainu did. I think they can control it the same way Crocodile can. And why would that help them in their fight? Easy. Fucking look, you set up a damn volcano and shit like that for you to fight him because you know that you're immune to heat and he's not. So it seemed like it would work. So you take your powers, change the he calls it drought. Yeah, exactly. You change your landscape to fit your Logia power, so that way you're fighting at an increased power. And the other person got a disadvantage because they're fighting on your battlefield. If Crocodile's fighting within sand, he's going to be stronger. He's got more sand to control, more, all that shit. What you call him, Akainu. He's fighting in fucking magma and shit like that. It's going to be even better. Now, some people will say, well, look at Whitebeard. Was he awakened? Probably. This motherfucker was making quakes all over the fucking place. He tilted the whole island, but we don't know what powers are awakened. But I'm gonna go through Paramecia, Logia, and Zoan types. So let's start off with the Logia. I think probably for most Devil Fruit users that are Logias, whatever element they have, they can transform their landscape into that. If you look at what you call him, what's his name, Akainu, he didn't turn everything to fire. He turned into magma and shit like that. It was volcanoes and whatnot. It became hot. I think if Sabo would do it, or if Ace would have done it, it would actually be fire on that island. Now, what's his name? Akiji did it. Yeah, Akiji did it. It turned into snow and ice. So who else? What's another devil fruit? What you call him? Crocodile. Like I told you, he'd turn the whole fucking place into sand. Who else is another Logia? Another Logia. Shit. Fucking shit. Fuck. Shit. Piss. Butt sex. I can't think of another fucking Logia. How many? We fought against a few Logia. Oh, what about Kizaru? Would turn the whole fucking place, it'd just be lit up like a Christmas tree, probably. Oh yeah, and I talked about Inaru. If he did it, he'd probably turn the island to fucking thunder and shit like that. I said he did. We don't know if he did it. Like that island that we've seen in the New World, where what you call him went to who was it? I think it was the big monk dude, the Sky Pen. No, he's not the Sky Pen, but he's from one of the Sky Islands. He's a big motherfucker. He was a supernova. What's his name? Butt sex. What's his fucking name? I can't remember his name, but you guys know his name. Oh yeah, Smoker. Okay, so Smoker, he might turn shit into smoke. I don't think he might not actually turn shit into smoke. I mean, because if you look at the island that was they had thunder on it. The island didn't turn into thunder. It just was raining thunder the whole time. So that probably would happen. Smoker might just cover the island in smoke and it just stay there. It'd be like fog or something. Maybe something like that. Okay, so then let's move on. Wait, no. Let's stay with the Logia just for a second. What if it's a Logia like Blackbeard? His powers is different from other Logias. He turns into darkness. I'm guessing what he'd probably do is it'd probably be a black hole on the fucking island or something. I don't know. Aruji, that's his name. That's the dude's name. Okay, Caribou, Swamp, Logia, kind of useless and even awakened. No, he's not. Not really. Remember, he was able to pull shit out of his ass. He can capture you in the swamp. He can turn the whole place into a fucking swamp. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how he would use his powers though. He suffocated a motherfucker. From what we've seen on One Piece, some powers seem useless. Like Luffy's powers seem useless at first. Well, not to us because we already seen Mr. Fantastic and shit like that beforehand. But they made it seem like it was useless until he figured out how to use it. I'm guessing if you're a swamp man, you'll figure out how to use your powers at some point in time. I mean, this motherfucker can pull shit out his ass. Like he was able to swallow up a whole giant, what's her name? Shirahoshi? He was able to swallow a giant up. So I don't think it's useless. I think he just got to figure out how to use, he got to master that fruit. Okay, so let's move on to Zoan. Okay, so Zoans, I think, is going to be able to regenerate. I think if they lose a limb, the motherfuckers will be able to regenerate. Because Luke, breaking down Buggy and the particles would be wrong. I was thinking that. I said that before. I have been said that. Okay, but yeah, so Zoans, I think they're going to be able to heal and have more forms. I don't think they're going to actually be able to change the landscape. I think the Zoans are going to be the most basic awakening. They can regenerate, and they'll have extra forms, and that's to be it. Because all their powers are pretty much the same. You know, most of their powers are pretty much the same. Okay, so then the Paramecia. I think the Paramecia's awakening is going to be different from all of them. I think each individual one is going to be different from the next one. Now let's get to Luffy. We already seen what Doflamingo can do. What can Luffy probably do? Everybody was talking about this vulcanization, and we find out it's not Gear 4th, right? I think vulcanization might come from awakening. That would make sense. You know the better thing, you know why it would be better? Because if he was an awakened Devil Fruit user and he could change the type of rubber he's composed of, and he could turn into let's say he can vulcanize himself, then he won't even need to use Gear 4th. Never mind. I said Gear 4th. He won't need to turn vulcanized in order to be in Gear 5. He could be in Gear 1, 2, and 3 and still vulcanize and use it when he's not in any gear, when he's just in regular base form. So he'll be able to use it better if it's just part of his awakened powers. But I don't know what other powers he might have. Look at what's the name of my man? Wapple. If Wapple had it was awakened, he'd probably be able to use anything he ate in his whole life. He'd be able to turn into. Remember, if he ate a cannon, he could turn into a cannon and shit like that. He might be able to do shit like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm thinking that the Paramecias, being that their power is different from each other, the most drastically out of any other type of Devil Fruit users, I think their awakening is going to vary differently from any other type of Devil Fruit users, depending on their powers. Okay. Then let me go to the comments real quick to see what's going on. Okay, what's up? Okay, Awaken for Paramecia and Logia could be different. That's what I'm saying. I think it's like what you call them? With Doflamingo's, his was pretty much the same. I mean, the island's gonna be fucking String Island. It's gonna be Spaghetti Island or something like that. It was similar to what Akiji and Akainu did. But if we're talking about, but look at Luffy. How would Luffy's gonna turn shit into rubber? That wouldn't even make sense. It would be crazy if he did. You know what? If Oda did that, I would be kind of disappointed. It wouldn't make sense because he doesn't generate rubber. He doesn't generate anything. He just is rubber. So if he awakens, I would think that instead of being able to control the landscape, remember, Doflamingo can generate strings. So turning stuff into strings is not that big of a far-fetched thing. So if Luffy his body is rubber from his powers, I would think that, and he can't control the landscape with his powers, I would think that his awakening would be internal instead of external as well to go along with that. Okay, does this mean that Luffy could turn things into rubber? Because that sounds pretty useful. I wouldn't say it's useless, because if he did turn everything into rubber, they'd have to fight in Rubber World, which he'll be used to, and they'd give his opponent a disadvantage. But it wouldn't be much use. It really would. It'd be like this. Because as soon as they get their sea legs, it's over for Luffy. Matter of fact, it might even be worse depending on the person's power. The person got fire power or something like that, he'll melt the fucking rubber. It'll be nothing. So it depends. But I think it could give him a slight advantage over certain people, but I don't think it can give you much of an advantage. But knowing Oda, a lot of times he could pull some shit out of his ass. Like this Gear 4, I would have never expected it. People expected it to be like a muscle balloon, shit like that. And once I heard about that, I kind of thought the same thing too, but I didn't believe it completely. But the way he used it was different than what I think anybody would have guessed. Okay, amount of strings Dolphy could normally do is great. Remember how he controlled King Riku and the entire army from little tiny strings here and there. But when he used the awakened shit, that was completely different. That was a lot. One fucking building was about the same amount of strings he used, anytime we seen him fighting. We never seen him use so much string until he used the awakened thing. But no. But remember, I also said he used the bird cage. So I didn't neglect that. Outside of bird cage, he wasn't using that much string until he used awakened power. Okay, Mean, I think everyone has a different awakening, like Doflamingo. Right, that's what I've been saying. Like I think the Zoans probably got the most similar awakenings. Why? Because their powers is the most similar. They generate a certain element and turn it to the certain element. So if that's the case, if their powers are so similar, probably their awakening is probably gonna be different. Similar. But Doflamingo, his was similar, but at the same time, he's a paramecia. So why would the paramecia have the same as the Logias? Okay, different awakening. Like Doflamingo work his way. The Zoans at Impel Down work by powering them up. So maybe Luffy's body will go to change, allowing him to do things like an advanced version of his gears. Probably, if he can vulcanize himself, it might be an advanced version of the gears. That's what I was just talking about earlier. Okay, what do you think that would mean, Marco? Okay, Zoan Awaken should heal 10 times faster since Zoan increase your durability, strength, stamina. Right. Okay, Kizaru Awakening, he could become being of pure light and move and fight at speed of light. I don't know, maybe so. If he could do that, who could fuck with him? I think he might turn the whole. If he turned the whole place into light, right, that would give him advantage because the opponent won't be able to use their eyes. Everything would look like a flash of light. But not only that, lights also can make lasers. He might turn the place into fucking laser island. Carve your ass right up. Okay, Law and Sugar Fruits are already broken. Yeah. I wonder what Law's awakening would do. That would be a weird one because I can't see him turning where he turned the tree into a room. That wouldn't make no damn sense. Where he have a bigger room, he already got that. So what can his awakened power do? It's going to be weird to see if he does do that. Okay, Sugar, what can her awakened powers do? I don't know. So that's why I'm saying, like with the Zoan types, it's harder to tell who's, what they can do. Okay, maybe Chopper has a more powerful form than the Monster Point because we have no idea if his awakening has happened yet. The same with Brook's fruit. How will he awaken his fruit? Maybe bring people around him back to life. I don't know. See, I told you the paramecia people are the tricky ones. In terms of Chopper, I think he actually somewhat is awakened. Remember, he used drugs in order to turn into Monster Point. So I'm thinking the drugs is had opened up that part of awakening. So I don't think he's a true awakened Devil Fruit user. Not yet. I think he just used the drugs and that would unlock it for him. Okay, he caused a drought. Okay, word, they are way too OP. Crocodile also decays to extent make building in the sand. Right, that's what I'm saying. Turn the building in the sand, and Akainu was able to turn a piece of land into a volcano. Okay, I think by the end of the series, Law will be able to take down celestial objects his room would reach a exosphere. He'll be able to take over the whole planet and be able to move islands around. Oh man, that would be too much. If you can cut the whole fucking planet in half, come on, man, that'd be too much. Okay, teacher's the worst. He can open up black holes if awkward and if awakened. Oh, if awakened, it's spelled wrong. If awakened and not even a Kizaru can escape. Yeah, that's true. Be able to take in light. He makes small black holes now. Will he turn himself into a black hole? You know what? What if when he awakened, instead of he turns into a what if he could like time travel and shit like that? He could turn himself into a damn wormhole or something. I don't know. What if he turns himself into a neutron star? Okay, Monet's Logia. Yeah, she'll be able to turn the place into a damn snow place. Okay, Smoker, Caribou. It turns some place into a swamp. Monet's Logia. Yeah. Caribou Swamp Logia kind of useless in a way. Nah, I don't think it's useless. I think he just doesn't have. I don't think he uses it to its full capability. Caribou hasn't done shit with his Logia power. I don't think he could. I just think he needs to train and get used to using his powers in certain ways. For instance, the only thing we've seen him do is put shit inside himself and smother a guy. That's it. Okay, Caribou DF is similar to Blackbeard. He could absorb things. It's not similar to Blackbeard because Blackbeard is pulling shit in using gravity. The only thing that's similar is they can store stuff inside their fruit or whatever powers or whatever. Okay, Monet is a snow Logia, right? So her thing would be similar to what you call them Akiji. They'll be able to turn the place into a winter wonderland. Okay, Buggy breaking down into particles will be raw. Right. You know what else I was saying? You know how I use muggy balls and buggy balls and shit like that? What if he could just take like an atom from himself and split it? You know how he can split himself into sections? He split the atom and then he calls a damn he turns himself into a damn atom bomb. Or what if he splits himself up and puts his skeleton on the outside? That way he's more durable. I don't know. Or what if he splits up a piece of himself and makes himself into a nuclear bomb or something? Okay, now Monet is Snow Angel or Devil that even whatever floats people's boat. Okay, Buggy 2 OP to Awaken. Yeah, pretty much. I like to see. Well, Buggy might be able to split other shit up. He might have everything fucking moving like Law. You know how Law he can move anything within this room. He might be doing the same fucking thing. You know what I think? I think that what you call them Buggy's powers would almost nullify Law's powers. You know how Buggy was able to take on Mihawk? I think he might be able to get split up and just put himself back together like it's nothing. I think the only power that Law would have that could work against him would be the what's that power? The one where he switched people's bodies. Remember? That'd probably be the only thing that works on him. Okay, I like to see stuff like Fujitora increasing the density of air and suffocating people. Well, I mean gravity could do that, but it would turn into a liquid. If he increased the density of the air, it would turn into a liquid, and it'd just be taken in a liquid. It'd be like water or something like that. It would be, you wouldn't be breathing air, you'd be breathing water. Okay, if you awaken plus hockey, stuff goes on everyone in OP is going to be hacks. Okay, that'll be broken. Monet's Logia. Okay, One Piece going to be hacked. Caesar Clown. I don't know what he'll do. He's got an air type Logia. Maybe he could turn the air into whatever he wants. Remember, his air he got a general Logia. So he's not like a methane Logia type user. Maybe he could turn the landscape into whatever type of air he wants. Like gas he wants. Or maybe he could turn the actual buildings or structures or the landscape into actual gas. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, Caesar. Yeah, I forgot about Caesar. Okay, Kid can control electromagnetic scale. Kid, I think Kid probably in his awakened form be like Magneto, do any fucking thing. Okay, Luffy awakened condom, ultimate defense. Yup. Kuma awakened, give people that work. Pretty much, he'll be able to reverse any fucking thing. He'll be reverse Lotus bouncing people. Okay. Okay, let me move down. Shit, there's too much shit going on. Okay, Kuma, everybody feels pain. Okay, okay, me has the audacity not to inform stupid this stream. Okay, put mouse at the beginning of the video. Show how long it's been on. Okay, everyone saw Laws Awaken DF. It's everyone's saying Laws Awaken DF is a worldwide room. It's kind of missing the fact that we already know it's to give immortality. Oh, this dude brings up a good point. But I don't know if you got to be awakened to do that. That makes sense. That could be part of the awakened power, but we don't know if you have to be awakened to do that. So, yeah, he got a good point, but I'm not exactly sure if that's true. A worldwide for the awakening, I think that's like I said before, that's too fucking OP. I mean, no other power was even close. That's like saying Akainu would turn the whole world into a magma world. I can't see nobody power be on that fucking scale. Okay, me needs to review some JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Then he'll realize how bad One Piece is, One Spice is. Anyway, go ahead and leave comments, like the video, and subscribe because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that. Peace.